Before Julie Chrisley surrendered herself to serve her prison sentence, the once glamorous matriarch of the Chrisley clan spent her final days at home in a quiet blur of whispered prayers, folded laundry, and lingering goodbyes. But what many didn't know, until now, is that Julie left behind something far more permanent than tearful hugs or home-cooked meals. In her final 72 hours before entering the Kentucky facility, Julie poured her heart into handwritten messages, each one crafted for her children to find in her absence. Each letter was sealed in envelopes marked with delicate gold ink and tucked into places only a mother would know her children would stumble upon. Under a favorite sweater, inside a cereal box, slipped between pages of a devotional. These weren't just notes, they were lifelines, written with trembling hands and a heart burdened with guilt, faith, and unshakable maternal love. The first message was for Savannah. It was hidden in her makeup drawer, beneath a palette they had once fought over during a chaotic trip to Sephora. When Savannah found it days after her mother's incarceration, her hands shook. Inside, Julie's cursive flowed across thick stationery like a stream of tears. "My sweet Savannah, you have always been my fire. Even when you don't know it, you are leading others with your light. But promise me you'll protect that fire. This world will try to blow it out, especially now. They'll talk, they'll assume, and they'll judge. But you know the truth of who we are. Cling to that truth. Speak boldly, but live gently. I'll be watching every step you take, cheering you on. If you ever feel lost, look in the mirror and remember, you were made for more than this storm." Savannah reportedly wept for hours after reading it, calling it the hardest and most healing thing I've ever read. Chase's letter was found folded neatly and hidden in the glove box of his sports car. Julie had left it there during a quiet errand run the day before she turned herself in. It was shorter than Savannah's, but no less powerful. "My Chase. My boy with a tender heart masked by sarcasm. I know you feel like you have to be strong right now, for everyone. But even warriors need a moment to cry. I want you to allow yourself to feel this. Don't shut down and don't run. I'll be back. Until then, keep being the man I know you are becoming. Take care of Nanny. Keep God first. And please, don't forget to laugh. Even through grief, laughter can be holy." He showed the letter to Todd in a video chat days later. Todd reportedly grew emotional and could only say, "She never stopped being a mother, even when the world turned against us." Grayson's message was perhaps the most gut-wrenching. Julie knew her youngest was still grappling with the surreal reality of her absence. She left a letter inside the pocket of his favorite hoodie, the one he wore constantly since the trial. The note was written in blue ink with tiny hearts drawn in the margins, as if to soften the blow of her words. "My baby Gray, this isn't forever. I know you feel scared and confused, and I wish I could hold you and make it all disappear. But I need you to remember something. You are not alone. Dad and your siblings love you. And I do too, every second of every day. When you're sad, look up at the sky. I'll be doing the same, praying we're under the same stars and closer than it feels. Make good choices, stay kind, and never think for 1 second this was your fault." Grayson, quiet and reserved since the sentencing, reportedly carries the letter in his wallet. For Lindsay, the estranged daughter whose relationship with the family had been strained for years, Julie left a surprise. The letter was found months after Julie began serving time, inside a cookbook Lindsay had gifted her back in 2016. Julie had tucked it away with no expectation it would be found quickly. But when it was, Lindsay said it stopped her in her tracks. "Dear Lindsay, even when the world painted us on opposite sides, I never stopped loving you. I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, but being your stepmother has been one of my life's greatest privileges. I pray you find peace in your own journey, even if it's apart from ours. But if the time ever comes when you want to walk this road with us again, my door and my heart will always be open." It was the olive branch Lindsay hadn't known she needed. According to insiders, it may have sparked the beginning of a long-awaited reconciliation. Julie even penned a message to Todd, one she left in his Bible, dog-eared at Psalm 46:1. "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help." Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Julie Chrisley left heartbreaking messages for kids before prison. As Julie Chrisley's resentencing hearing draws nearer, her daughter Savannah has been reflecting on the days leading up to her prison sentence. She has opened up about what the family did in the days before Julie and Todd Chrisley turned themselves into federal prison. The Chrisley Knows Best alum shared one heartbreaking detail with her podcast listeners. Continue reading to see what Julie did for each of her kids. Julie Chrisley recorded messages for her children. On the September episode of her Unlocked podcast, Savannah Chrisley spoke about what the family did before Todd and Julie went to prison. "I went into the living room and everyone was in there, and Julie came in 30 or 40 minutes later, and she had gone to Build-A-Bear and recorded prayers for each one of her children," Savannah's friend Tyler Bishop recalled. Savannah added, "What originally happened was she did it for Chloe, because she said Chloe's prayers with her every night, and she didn't realize, because that was something that she and Chloe always did. Then Grayson had tears in his eyes and was like, 'I want one too.'" She continued, "And Build-A-Bear closed in like 30 minutes, and she raced to Build-A-Bear and made him two, made me one, made Chase one. And we all still have it." The Chrisley Knows Best alum went on to say that she listens to Julie Chrisley's recording often. Her mom's voice is comforting to her. However, Chloe Chrisley is hesitant to listen to it. Someone played it the other day, and Chloe freaked out and was like, don't play it, because she hasn't listened to it at all," Savannah said on the podcast. Her friend chimed in, "Watching y'all for the first time play them to yourselves and listening to it was so heartbreaking." Savannah Chrisley couldn't function after parents' sentences. The friends also reflected on what it was like when Todd and Julie Chrisley received their guilty verdict. Savannah said the family generally avoided thinking about it. Tyler agreed, noting that nobody accepted the fact that they were going away until they got there. "That was something that Mom and I have talked about," Savannah agreed. "It was an impossible situation, but she wishes they would have actually prepared to go, because everyone was in so much denial that they didn't do anything to prepare to go. Not packing the kids' stuff up, moving them, packing their stuff up. You did all that by yourself," another friend, Holly Waldrop, said. Last week, Savannah Chrisley talked about how she handled hearing the guilty verdict come through. "I didn't cry the whole way home," she said. "I don't even remember getting home." When she got back to the house, Savannah said that she literally walked in the door and collapsed. The Chrisley Knows Best alum said she couldn't calm down and eventually took something to calm her nerves. "I couldn't even function," she said. Todd and Julie Chrisley first reported for prison on January 17, 2023. The Chrisley patriarch reported to the federal prison Camp Pensacola in Florida. Julie reported to the Federal Medical Center Lexington in Kentucky.